What's up, Nintendo gamers? The Kid here with another Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword update. Oh my god, too much news. Like I said in my last video, just overwhelmed with so many, new stuff coming out. I mean, I know it's close to November and stuff, so the stuff is going to be coming very rapidly, and my views have been getting, lower and lower because I've been kind of overwhelming, I guess, you guys, my viewers, with too many videos. I mean, you got trailers out, and then you got, these updates and my own personal videos that I want to do, just for, subjects that I want to do for myself. And, so bear with me, guys, and please, I notice my views have gone down on my trailers, so guys, watch the trailers. Kirby's Return to Dreamland, any trailers I post up, especially my 3DS trailers that I post, because those are the ones that get the lowest views and kind of ignored. So watch the trailers, guys. So to start off this update, official Nintendo magazine has had the first review of Skyward Sword, and they gave it a 98 out of a score of 1 to 100, and they give it a 98, which is the best score they ever given to a game outside of, I think, Ocarina of Time 3D. So with that, they praised the game a lot in graphics, in pacing, and in storytelling. And they actually say there's a lot of funny characters. It's a lot of drama. It's a good mix of drama and comedic moments in the game. So that's cool. I mean, typical for a Zelda game to have some funny characters, but they pointed that out. So if you are subscribed to the official Nintendo magazine, you should already know about this stuff. But there are some facts, again, from Zelda Informer that have been posted. But I do want to go through some of them. But at the same time, I kind of don't, because there really are spoilers, such as the Goron's name, he's spoiled, and what he's actually doing is spoiled. So I'm not going to, go through that. I'm going to say some things that maybe won't be defined as, spoilers, some things that we kind of know about, but is also kind of new. Let me get here about the digging mitts. The digging mitts will also act as a clinging device, which you will go through holes, and they related to Metro Prime, where you go in a morph ball and go in certain holes, and you will be able to climb with the digging mitts in those holes, and latch on, kind of like we've seen in a recent trailer and gameplay where Link was like crawling inside some dark area. So with the digging mitts, so like we know that items will be able to be upgraded, so the digging mitts will probably be upgradable, no doubt, for you to cling on to certain surfaces. Now, there are underground areas, like I said, where you'll be able to do this, which the official Nintendo magazine has said, but will there be other areas outside of underground that you'll be able to use this ability? I don't know. So it's up in the air. As far as this fee, it says she's non-intrusive, intrusive actually, but if you wish, she'll not only tell you information about an enemy and lay down a few basic tactics, but she'll also evaluate how you fare against the same enemy type earlier in the game. So as far as her personality, they don't go into that. They don't say if she's just robotic or if she has some sort of emotions or anything. So far, we've seen, people who previewed the game, like IGN, say she's kind of, not emotionless. So that's kind of, I don't know. Like I said in the other video, like she was in the trailer. She was kind of dancing around by the water. I don't know really. I don't know if she's like a little girl or something. I don't know if official Nintendo Magazine is trying to not reveal as much about the game. And Fi actually, and I know I called her Fee, man. That's really hard, man. To not call her Fee, but I don't know about Fi. So also, dowsing ability is upgradable to help find hearts and other useful, skillful stuff. And also, I'll be posting all my sources to every bit of news that I am telling you guys, just so you guys can see it straight from the horse's mouth. And also, official Nintendo Magazine says that the sheer scale and density of the game's content, it's the pinnacle of the series of motion gaming, and possibly even Nintendo's entire history. So that is, we know Nintendo has been working on the game for 5 years, which is god awfully long for a game, because usually companies, when they want to make a game, they make a game, and then when they make a sequel, they usually wait a year or two to make the sequel. But Nintendo has been working for 5 years, which is almost just about as long as the Wii has been on the market and lifespan. I believe it's 6 years the Wii has been on the market. So they have been working on this game obviously since the beginning. Maybe even before the Wii U was even, retailed on the market. So it makes sense that it is a big game entirely in scale and, in Nintendo's entire history. I think maybe the biggest game they ever worked on. I never heard of Nintendo working on a game for 5 years. I never heard of any company working on a game for 5 years. Out probably a MMO maybe, but not a action adventure puzzle RPG game like this is. So that's pretty cool. And there's some other information here, but again, they are kind of spoilers. So I don't really want to spoil you guys, because I know people get mad at that. And one other thing is something that's not really a spoiler. They say that capturing bugs for collectibles is not easy. It's actually very hard. So, look forward to that, because Twilight Princess had that golden bug capturing thing, and they were hard to find, not hard to catch. But in this, it seems that they're hard to catch. And, you can use them for, health potions and other ways to refill your health, or any other thing, maybe a lantern if it's in a game, or things like that. So that's not even the pinnacle of the news. Again, if you guys haven't heard, official Nintendo Magazine, out of 1 to 100, they gave the game a 98, which is 2 points from being a perfect score. Now, you're probably thinking, well, this is a magazine based off Nintendo, so of course they'll give a Nintendo game a good score. I haven't really nothing to say about that. We'll just have to wait till other companies review the game to know if they're just hyping up the game, or it's legit. This game is just a masterpiece in itself. So, if you guys have seen my channel recently, the Japanese site has released more information on the Eldin Volcano and Earth Temple Dungeon, and those 2 videos is on my channel, and I'll also post links to that in the video description for you guys to see and click on. And it shows not much from what Game Informer showed in their exclusive videos of Eldin Volcano, but it did in specifically the Eldin Volcano video instead of the Earth Temple dungeon video. The Eldin Volcano video shows the magmas way more, and you see Link talking to them. Of course, this is all in Japanese. This is on the Skyward Sword Japanese website, so nothing is actually pronounced in English, so you won't understand anything right now. Of course, there will be people who will most likely translate these things, but right now, you really don't know what they're saying. And also, a boatload of screenshots have been released showing some of the Mogmas, the new race in the game, and also the Earth dungeon and Eldin Volcano. Now, we know that the Eldin Volcano is filled with enemies that have been, torturing the Mogmas since they arrived there. So Link, of course, has to get rid of them. So that's what you'll be doing on the Eldin Volcano section of this whole massive, world, which eventually becomes Death Mountain, of course. And yeah, now again, as you can see the map right here, we're still speculating. People are still speculating how many dungeons there are and how many areas. Now, if you look at the Eldin Volcano on a map, Eldin Volcano is vastly smaller than Foreign Woods is. So, what I thought was maybe what people are speculating, there'll be 6 dungeons, 2 separate areas and regions for each section that has been announced. And as you can see, there's a 3rd section that has completely not been revealed. And people are saying that's either the desert or some unknown area. What I think is maybe the Eldin Volcano area will be held the actual desert land somewhere, around it. But I'm completely unsure. So either that or I don't know. Maybe the other mass of land will be the actual desert part that we have been seeing in, different trailers and stuff where you actually see the gust bellow and claw shots. So either that or this other mass of land is something entirely different. But if you can look at the Eldin Volcano, you can actually see there's like a desert-like land on the side of it, on the very side, on the left side. So who knows at this point? I don't know. I don't know. It seems like every section will have at least 2 areas of it. So the Eldin Volcano, and then the dungeon, the Earth Temple, and then the desert area, and then the desert temple, or whatever that's going to be called, until that's revealed sometime maybe next month, early next month, or sometime later this month. So again, back to this other screenshots and stuff. So what do you guys think about, how many places there's going to be? Because right now it's kind of unsure. And the official Nintendo magazine, if they did have a list of how many dungeons there are, I wouldn't tell you guys because I wouldn't want to spoil that. Right now, I'm just speculating as well as everybody else are just speculating. And that's the key to, The Legend of Zelda before it comes out. People want to speculate, and that's the fun in it. To, not know and just go off what you think and what has been shown, and, but it can all be deceiving. Who knows? This other Master Land could have like 4 other dungeons on it. We don't know. And also, who knows? So, the official Nintendo magazine also said that the game, just a run through, they have completed 35 hours to complete the game itself, and that's without collecting stuff and going for the mini dungeons and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. That's a pretty long game. That's at least for an average player, that would be at least a month of playtime. Say a month of gaming for the average gamer. Now, a hardcore Zelda fan, probably a little less, maybe 25, but at the same time, this is a new chapter in the Zelda series, and also new mechanics to it, so that actually can be the same. So by 35 hours for just going straight through the game, and they say probably double that if you try to get everything. So that will add up to um, about 70 something hours of maybe 80 hours of gameplay. So that's pretty close to the 50 to 100 hours of gameplay. So it depends on how fast you go through the game or if you're pacing yourself. Now, if you just get the game and you want to go straight through, that's okay, but that's not the point of The Legend of Zelda ever. It's always to explore. That's why, they Miyamoto has gave a scale of how long the game can take depending on if you explore or not. And of course, when I play a game, I'm going to explore. That way, in my review, I can have an in-depth review. So because I've tried everything, I'll try not to spoil anything, but all the knickknacks and stuff I'll be able to get through. So some more information, guys. There has been another Iwata Axe, which of course is in Japanese. I don't know why the Japanese sites, for all these games are just getting massive updates, and the US sites are just so bland and there's really nothing there. I mean, look at the Skyward Sword site for the US. It's completely lifeless. I mean, it has things there, but it's not even on the same scale as the Japanese site, as far as the map and all that. I mean, they're going all out. On the US site, it's just kind of bland and, here we are, Skyward Sword, a few videos. That's it. That's not fair. But, of course, another Iwata Axe, and it was talking about surprise, the boomerang is it's not going to be in the game. They said that the beetle that is now in the game was actually supposed to be like a remote controlled boomerang. Like you would throw it, you can control where it works. But they decided not to go with that. So they decided to do the beetle instead. So that pretty much, outright confirms that the boomerang is not going to be in the game because they didn't think it would work good like that, and it wouldn't be realistic for it to work like that. Kind of like how in Batman Arkham City, Batman's remote control Batarang, it was going to work something like that. So they decided against it, and now we have the Beetle. So we're probably not going to get a boomerang in the game. As far as that, I think that's all the news I can cover right now. Of course, there will be more so soon that this review, this whole update will probably be obsolete at that time. But yeah, what do you guys think about all this information? And of course, go to the sources in the video description if you want to know stuff. Now, there will be some things with a little bit of spoilers, so go at your discretion. And yeah, tell me what you think about all this news, and please like and subscribe, and I'll be posting more updates on The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword as more things are revealed. Thanks for watching, guys. Also, a quick little update, guys. Like I said, some more news just came out for this update. Um, Edge magazine has reviewed The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword and gave it a perfect 10. Now, there's no real details on that. There's no any facts on that like there is for the official Nintendo magazine right now, but I'll probably get to that in the next update for you guys. And there has been some promotional art released, so you guys can see that, and as well as a new picture of this mysterious Sheikah lady with Zelda this time. Still, still get the side of her face for some reason. So just that little, little spoilers, but not really. As far as previews go, Destructoid and stuff just had their previews and stuff. They're praising the game. So, as far as the review scores, official Nintendo magazine, 98 out of 100, and Edge magazine gave it a 10. So it's going in the right direction. So guys, thanks for watching again, and yeah, more updates soon to come for The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword.